we're going to go ahead and get started. Now we're going to do something that's purely landscape this time. We've done we've done a lot of animals and birds, and we've done some water scenes. We've done a lot of different things. But now let's do a beautiful river scene. This is up in West Virginia. And if you'll notice this beautiful river or a stream, it's not necessarily a cascading waterfall-like thing like we've done in the past, but it's the fall of the year. Beautiful, beautiful setting. It's a great opportunity for us to use a full range of palette this time and some deep shadows and strong highlights. So I think you're going to really enjoy the loose, sort of impressionistic approach that we're going to take on this particular painting. It will really help loosen all of you up because most of you paint a little tight, as you know. All right, now we're going to start off with just a simple background. There's no really horizon line that divides the sky because we've got a high horizon in a sense that blocks with a lot of trees that blocks any sky coming through. But we're going to start off this time like we normally do with our Hake brush, and we're just going to wet the sky now, or the sky area. If you didn't have these trees here, you'd probably see some sky. We may have a little opening come through, but we want to get a very light, soft, blue-grayish background to sort of create the mist. Now, I'm not sure where this river is, but I think it's somewhere up there where they have a lot of one of the national parks. And I like the blue misty distance that you get. I'm going to show you how to put that mist in here. So you take and wet that, take a little bit of gesso, and work it in real quick like through the center part, mostly through the middle. Work your way out to the sides. It doesn't really matter how you get it on there, just get it on kind of quick and loose, and make sure it's thick enough. Remember the test, run your finger across there, and if it's very opaque on your finger, then you know you have enough on your canvas. Now, take a little bit of cadmium red light on one corner, and a little bit of dioxazine purple on the other corner of your Hake brush, and I want you to work this into your sky. Now, when you look at these, you say, whoa, well, just get this nice warm color in here. Kind of fade it out over the edge there. Now I want you to take a little blue. I want you to work in there, starting at the top, kind of come down. Just a little more blue. Something about the cad red light and the blue mixed together creates this real sort of a dusty color. And it's one of the more popular colors in terms of creating a sort of the dusty rose, and it's one of the real decorative colors we use these days. And you see it turns it a real dusty color, and that's what you want. It's on the warm side because this is the autumn of the year. We want to keep it on the warm side. Okay, now after you kind of achieve this part of the painting, you don't need that brush anymore. Let's switch to our number 10 bristle brush. And now we're going to block in the underpainting for the first layer of trees. Now remember, all of you, that we always do underpainting first. We block everything in from a very fine art point of view, strictly working from dark to light values. So we take our ultramarine blue, a little bit of purple now, and a little burnt sienna, and we create a bit of a gray tone here, and we add a little bit of gesso to it. Now see how that turns it gray? It's a marvelous color. And in fact, you should start all your backgrounds like this and just put it in like this. And this is how you can get that distant look. Now this is very impressionistic. Notice how I'm taking my brush, I'm going every direction here. You're going to really enjoy the process of this painting. Now when you get ready to reload down here, remember we don't pre-mix piles and piles of values. One of my favorite things to do is teach people how to mix as you go so that your painting has continuity and color change. Now see I've added a little green to that, and it doesn't look so formulated. When you, especially if you're going to do a lot of paintings where you want to have more of an impressionistic fine art look, you want to keep away from pre-mixing tons of color because it'll get a little bit too formulated. So you just loose and free, and as we come across, we go from the lighter value to the middle value, and then it gets much darker over here in this corner, and you just keep with the sienna, the purple. You can use a little alizarin crimson in here if you'd like, and a touch of green would be good. Any of those darker, earthy colors that are very on the warm side, you'll notice even though we have green in it, it's not really green. And you just sort of scumble. Now this is called scumbling. Now we've gone from light to middle to dark. really an exciting adventure here. Notice the looseness. Now you do the same thing on this side. And you don't want to make an exact match either. Not only do you not want your colors to be real formulated to where it looks, you know, just something out of a tube. You want your composition to have a wide variety of pockets of negative space and good eye flow, and that's one of the strong points. And many of you struggle with composition. That's one of the areas that we work on a lot. And by now, most of you probably have had an experience with composition, and not always a pleasant one, because it can really get you in trouble. Another thing, you can give us a call. We've got numerous books now on composition, design, and perspective, and that's one of the best things to do, is get a good book that will help you work out those problems. Now we just keep going across, and I'm going to make it a little darker here. Now also notice this color doesn't necessarily match this side. It doesn't have to match. It's just not necessary. It just has to be similar. And again, loose and free. Notice how I'm kind of scumbling in here at the base. It's a little darker usually at the base here where the river's going to be coming through. And another reason for this, and I'll show you this here in just a second, is that we have to have some nice contrast for our light to come up against. For instance, you'll notice here, get them to close in a little bit. See how rich and dark all the darks are? But notice how rich all of the lights are. And the only reason this painting works, or this photograph works at all, is because of the extreme dark darks, the extreme light lights, and some good, well-placed middle tone values, and a very well-balanced color scheme using the full range of colors on your palette, and a very good understanding of the color wheel. So those of you that don't know much about color balance and the complementary color system, that's another area you need to really work on, because that's really the glue that holds your painting together.